Hey guys, I'm Scarlett Francis and I'm your Global Kitchen Kid. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of showing you a recipe, because I'm on the Rachel Ray's Kids Cook-Off, the final three, awesome, Rachel has been always telling me of how good my knife skills are. So I'm going to show you how to handle and keep your knives. So I just want to show you my simple knife case that I use when I go to stage or intern at restaurants. And all that's in here is one knife right now and all of my knife guards. And this just helps protect my knife and the bag itself and also my fingers when taking the knives out so that everyone and everything can be safe. Now, keeping and caring for knives. When you clean them, you just want a damp towel with some soap and water on it. And make sure that you point the blade away from you so that you don't get hurt. And just give it a good wipe down. And especially if you have meats or chicken or seafood, you want to give it a good wipe. And after you clean and dry your knives, you want to maintain the sharp edge. So what you use is, it's called steel. And it's basically just going to help keep your knives sharp. So what you want to do is lay the knife flat at a small angle and just go down and stroke the whole steel. And then you do the other side, and you do it only about 5 times. And make sure that when you hold the steel, your fingers are behind the little guard, the rest of them are gonna get cut. Now, these are 3 need-to-have knives, and if you have these, you'll probably be set. So, you need a bread knife, and it's basically serrated, and it's used for cutting bread, obviously in the name, tomatoes to not bruise the skin, and things like that. Love it. And now the chef's knife. This is probably the most important knife. It does all your mincing, dicing, chopping, everything really. And today I'm going to be showing you how to use a chef knife, but this is a need to have. I also have a 6-inch chef knife, but really you only need one. I love it, but again, you only need one. And finally, onto the paring knife. This is going to be used for all of your delicate jobs, like peeling, anything in that sort of area. And you need to have this because that really just concludes the 3 knives that you need. Let's get on with the knives, really to actually using them. For this demonstration, I'm just using a piece of a cucumber, but you can use whatever you want with these tips. One of the hardest things when cutting vegetables or anything that rolls around is that it rolls, so it's not going to stay in one place. What you can do is just cut a side of it off and use that as your base so that it won't roll. Or you can just simply cut it in half and flip it on its side. One thing when you're using knives, you need to make sure that you have your fingers curled back. And what that means is that you're not going to really cut your fingertips. So just like this, you're really going to use your kind of thumb and your pinky to hold it in place. Here's how you hold your knife. You put your fingers and your thumb all on the handle, and then your pointer finger is going to go right up here. And this is really going to give you a nice balance. So you're going to curl your fingers back, and with this we're going to do a rocking motion. So go back and forth. And you have nice pieces of cucumber in this case. Delicious. Now we're going to move on to something called a chiffonade or chiffonade. And this is used for vegetables like leaves. In this case, I'm using basil. And so what you want to do is take a good amount of your leaves, and these are fresh from my garden. Yum. Take a good amount of the leaves, about 6 to 8, and stack them on top of each other. And this is great for topping anything, for garnishing. So you want to take your leaves and stack them on top of each other. Now you're just going to roll it into a tight bundle. Then, with the same rocking motion and your fingers curled back, you're going to slice into what they call little ribbons. This is great for topping a beautiful pasta. Now we're going to move on to the julienne. And I'm going to use my 6-inch chef knife for this. Julienne is used for cutting things like carrots and potatoes. And so all you're going to do is cut off the end and cut it into like a nice cylinder. And then because it is a rolling vegetable, we're going to square it up. And so what you do is you cut off the sides. Just like that. And then you're going to cut into basically like planks. Like so. Stack them on top of each other. Then cut into almost strip-like pieces. And you have your julienne. I cut this julienne a little bit thicker than usual, but just because that's how I like it for this preparation. But you can go as thin or as thick as you like. And that is how you keep your knives. Now what I'm going to do now is wash these and sharpen them to make sure that they stay for years. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you next time. I'm Scarlett Francis, and I'm your Global Kitchen Kid. Goodbye.